Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? We're live, and this is coffee time. Hope everybody's doing all right. And yeah, so we can set up here.
What's up, Brando?
So, man, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Waiting for these Steelers to start playing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What all do you have started so far?
What are you talking about, plans?
Yeah,
I don't really got much started. I don't really start my plans till a little bit later.
yeah. I've only started. I got first starting. They still haven't popped through the soil yet, but I got a huge 72 tray that I'm waiting to start probably mid-January.
No, okay. Yeah. I should at least start planning what varieties I'm going to choose from what I got. Um, but towards later in the season this year, I was able to stop by a couple places that were selling or had sales on those 72 cell trays. So I ended up getting a few of those for like $1.50 or something like that.
Yeah, I bought one of the 72 Jiffy starter off eBay for I think it was like 10.97.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But
I know a lot of people don't like them, but I've never had an issue with them. So
are you talking about the ones that you got to add the sea starter mix, or the ones with the pellets to
the pellets,
them? Okay, I've used those before. Those aren't bad. I've had some decent success with some of those. Um, I don't know. I don't understand why people hate on those a lot, but they can do pretty well.
yeah. I mean, last year was my first year growing, and I didn't have an issue with them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't mind those trays. I mean, they work pretty well, and you can start them pretty easily, and then you have like a fair amount of plants, going. So not too bad. But, so how's your morning going so far?
Now it's just finding room for 100 plants.
Oh yeah. Yeah, at first it's all right, but then give it about months, and then next thing you know,
Yeah, when they're all 3 feet tall.
yeah, when you gotta separate them, put them in their own things, and all this other stuff.
Right here's my overwintered Reaper right here. It's doing pretty good. All it's on that light
Uh,
strip.
wait, where is that one at? Can you show it again? Nice.
And it's just on this little Walmart light strip right here, all the way up on the ceiling.
Okay.
Last night, that little jar, that double cup, it's not going to have very much room. I put it in that jar. I mean, it gives it a little bit more.
Oh yeah. Well, at least they'll give it some room. I mean, there's always ways you could get creative on making little space for the roots.
I
But
figure if it works for a double cup, why wouldn't it work with like a bigger reservoir? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. There's definitely a lot of ways you can modify that. It doesn't hurt to experiment around. I mean, I don't know. I figured there's different ways of from what found out in my experiences, and I mean, if you can find something that'll work for you, and you got to use what materials you have on hand, then that's usually a good way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have like the most expensive setup or anything like that. Me, by all means, I don't have anything high class on the setup and scene, and I just do what works or what works for me anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, I spent like $70 on a light, and then I got that light right there for like $21, and then I got this greenhouse for 29. So figured give me a little bit more space to put plants and stuff.
yeah. I've thought about getting me one of those little grow tents, but I don't know. I just
Have
want
the call it like the silver heat shields at Lowe's. I was just there yesterday. I'm thinking about buying a few of them and then like encasing the back and the sides in of it.
yeah. And I've kind of also thought about just doing my own makeshift one, trying to get some, you know, fairly cheap materials and then just kind of make my own little kind of grow cabinet to start off some plants for a while.
Have you,
What's up?
I said, have you ever seen Eric Petro set up?
I'm not sure if I have, but I might have. I'm
He's got
I'm getting a little brain cramp this morning. Probably not fully awake. But yeah, I might have seen it. I'm not sure.
yeah, he's just got it in a big. I mean, what are you trying to do?
Sandy and Arson. Daddy.
Oh, what, bud?
Random Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where are you gonna play Pokemon at? It's not that type of game.
What?
It's, you have to walk around and play Pokemon. You can't play it in the house. Go on. Kids wanting to download Pokemon.
Uh, I didn't have that option when I was a kid. I didn't have the option of downloading stuff when I was a kid. So
Neither did I. It was all riding bikes.
yeah, it's like, yeah, go outside and do something. It's like, all right,
Yep, playing in mud, ditches.
climb a tree or something. I don't know, man.
Came on. It ain't like that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Most of them got their little gadgets and want to sit there and play a game, listen or watch you something, and most of them are just hanging outside or some whatever. Be like, yeah,
Yep.
go outside and play. Do what? What's there to do outside?
Right. Yeah, I'm bored. Got all kinds of power wheels, trampoline, bicycles, and they're bored. They don't want to go outside.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It was just different then. Now it's just all about electronics. But I
Yep.
guess it is. I guess it is what it is nowadays. But yeah.
It's bad. My 8-year-old son can kick my ass in Call of Duty, man.
Oh man, yeah. They catch on quick to them games, man.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I remember the most I had when I was a kid is like maybe Atari, Nintendo, some Sega.
I know. I used to love
Now,
Sega.
now it's just like there's so
The
many
other
dang
two.
options.
Yep.
Uh, uh, yeah.
They're bringing the Nintendos back. Did you see
Oh,
that?
I mean like the classic. You mean the classic versions?
Yeah, those little ones.
Yeah,
Like we just got my
I guess
son a
that's.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I've been seeing some people doing some things where they can like mod them a little bit to add all the games on there. But but yeah, I don't know. It's just pretty cool that they're trying to bring some of that stuff back. But I mean they're doing that with the PS1 as well.
Yeah,
But
I know. I've seen that.
but I don't know, man.
Getting a
Just
lot of snow up there.
oh yeah, it's known in fair amount. Yeah, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh
We don't
yeah,
have very much.
it snowed, but I mean, it didn't get like a couple feet's worth or anything, but it snowed a fair amount. Yeah.
It's coming now. Then cold.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, being around here, I'm so over this snow and ice stuff. I mean, we had enough of it over the years. Uh, but I mean, the snow and all that. I mean, the cold weather I can tolerate and all that to a point, but it's just uh, it's just too bad. I mean, it gets to a point where I can't go outside at the during the winter season.
I know that sucks.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
got people down in California that are like, "Oh, I don't know if I can grow all year." Hell yeah, you can.
Like what?
It doesn't
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
even
California.
get a low 40
California's
down.
something else. California is something else, man. I wouldn't mind living in Southern California and stuff like that, but I don't know. I've talked with people from California, and they have that. Some of them told me like, yeah, when it gets down to 60 degrees, we kick on the heater, get our hoodies on, and all that. And it's just like, it's like honestly, man, it gets down to 60 degrees out here. People around here still walk around in their shorts, t-shirts, and you know, it's
Yeah,
like,
I
man,
seen that. I used to live in Southern California and like about and stuff, and I'm like, man, what? It can be freaking 40 degrees and people are still shorts and stuff around here.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny, man. It's like once it dips below 70s, in California, people running around like it's pretty cold. It's like, man, but
And then Texas, Southern California, even some of the parts in the Carolinas,
yeah,
they shut the states down.
yeah. I've seen how it goes in Texas. Some people from Texas have told me, and I've seen it even on the news before. Um, with the way it came out on the news, if I would have recorded it, it would have been something to kind of laugh at. But I know once in Texas, they don't got certain road crews out there to take care of much. But
Right.
yeah, a number of years ago, I was watching the news, and Texas got like hit with just a little bit of snow, just to kind of like just barely to cover the ground, and it would have been gone within a few hours. Um, but a news reporter went up to this lady that was leaving a store, and this lady was like in tears, man. She was like, "I don't know what we're going to do." Ah! She was like crying. I was like, and people were just hustling to the store, like things were going to. It's like the end of the world thing there, and it's just like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's like just give it a few hours, and you're in Texas, it'll be gone. And then
Yeah.
man, but it's like I mean, it's just like comparatively there to here. I mean, it's different, but I mean, I don't know. It's just I wouldn't mind if it's like some states where it's like just warm year round.
Yeah.
I mean, that's me. I mean, I like it when it's warm. I can deal with that a lot. But,
That's
but
the only bad thing about down
what's
there.
it?
The ground's like concrete.
Yeah,
Up here, we have pretty good soil. We can grow on the ground if we want to.
yeah. Especially more northern states and stuff like that. They get pretty good soil around the areas. It can be that nice, rich, dark soil. Uh, yeah, so I mean,
That's what I did last year. Give them a little bit more space so they can get bigger.
yeah, yeah. I'd like to have a little bit extra space out in my garden. I mean, so a lot of my plants did okay this year, but
Yours were huge.
I mean, I'd like to see how they would be if I had more of an extended growing season, but yeah, I can't do much being in the Midwest about that. I can't control the weather too well. But
Lake effect?
what's that?
Do you get lake effect?
Um, Sometimes, but not as much as if I was actually in Chicago. But even though I'm not actually too far from Chicago, but um, it's on some days it can be, the wind still can get pretty rough around here.
Yeah.
But a few years
Away from
ago,
lake.
but
So what
yeah,
you
a few
got going
years
on
ago,
today?
right now I'm drinking some of that coffee I was talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, this stuff does got a kick to it. You ever tried this stuff?
No, I'm not a big coffee fan.
You're not a coffee fan?
Nah,
No.
more of a beer guy, but I can't wake up in the morning and down a beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to not like coffee much myself, but then I just ended up like, know, started drinking coffee more and more.
I'll have to delete a bunch of games for you.
Okay. My, just not my children's stuff.
Well, I can't do it right now. I'll do it later.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't even
yeah,
know. I don't even know if I'm gonna start. You know, mid-January. I started at the end of February last year, and my plants were freaking huge.
yeah. I usually wait till at least more towards the end of February. More towards the end of
Space
February.
with what's
Yeah,
that?
I usually wait till more the end of February or get a little past the end of the February month just to get going because sometimes with the way the weather can be around here, sometimes it can be a little earlier in the year, sometimes it can be a little later, depending.
Right, and that's the thing. I don't want freaking 103-foot plants before they go outside because I just won't have the room for them.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that.
Okay? Gonna have all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff all over the place.
yeah. I definitely can't go around trying to have like about 100 plants or something in the and like you said, about 3, 4 feet tall before I even try to get them outside.
And I didn't get peppers until I don't know, ripe peppers until probably August. I'd like to have some before that, but
I don't know. I could suggest that if you want to get some, if there's a certain type that you'd like to get some ripe pods off a little earlier, start that one. Start like maybe a couple of those a little sooner. Maybe like 2 or 3, and then maybe by early midsummer you could probably have some ripe pods or something like that. You know.
well, yeah, that's what I did. I've got those 5 going. Well, 4, and then whatever else I have about the sprout. I figured I'd start a few a little earlier. That way, when they go outside, a month in, I can get some pods.
Yeah, because I mean that's not too bad when you can get it to go like that. That's kind of what happened with me this year. It's like I was able to get a few started a little sooner. Well, some of them, a lot of them I started at the same time, but a few of the plants just jumped ahead of the others, and I was able to get pods going on them even before you know, even before they actually got fully settled into the ground. But um, yeah, but I don't know. I still got a lot of deciding to do about which strains I'm going to concentrate on first. Um, still don't really know exactly all which ones I want to jump off first. Probably should start some of the ultra hots first thing.
Those
Um,
take the longest, don't they?
yeah, a lot of the hotter varieties seem to do that. Once you go like the higher on the Scoville scale, I found they seem to take a lot longer. Um, like with reapers, reaper plants can be a little finicky. I mean, sometimes they'll just go through dormant periods where they just don't do much. I mean, but other times you can get plants that'll just, bush out and just produce like crazy. I mean, but I've seen a number of people have little issues going on with the reapers. But I mean, they can be good strains and decent flavor. Definitely has some good heat. But regardless of how stable they claim they are, there is has been quite a bit of variability in the pods that I've grown. So, but I'm not going to complain. I don't mind variations. I mean, that's to be
That's the
expected.
same. I had 8 Reaper plants last year, and they were hit and miss. Some of them had maybe freaking 8 pods all year, and then other ones had 150.
Yeah. And I've also known that sometimes you'll get plants that produce the phenotypes to be expected with the reapers. With a stinger on the bottom and bumpy. Other ones will
Right.
be just bumpy pods but no stingers, and some of them be slightly smoother sometimes. It just really depends on the plant. But I mean, either way, they're still still pretty cool to see the different ways they come about. Um, but so some strains that I kind of prefer growing is more as scorpions. I mean, that's me. I mean, because they always produce some nice pods, and you can usually expect them to produce some good heat.
And had Murgo Scorpion last year, and it was a good pepper. It didn't produce very much though.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I've had decent luck with Marugas though. I mean, for the most part, a lot of them tend to get good structures on the plants, thick bases, and at least I don't know. I guess what guess I've had decent luck with them, but at least more so than reapers and that. So
But I was just happy that I didn't get a bunch of ties because I bought an eBay
oh, you got it off eBay?
season. Everybody was like mostly tie, and my seeds actually turned out to be legit. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, did you say you got it off of eBay?
Yeah,
Yeah. You can if you find the right seller or whatnot, you can get the legit stuff off of eBay. Um, I've had I don't know. It's just what I've had little variations or variables with is the is is going to local farms or local growers that claim that they have certain strains, and then when I get them, they're vary quite widely from what they have are selling them as.
right.
Um, I mean, in regards to scorpions, there's some of them that were legit, but when it would come down to certain reapers or certain other strains, they'd be vary quite a bit. But although I'm not going to complain, I like like switching it up through throwing new plants and all that in the mix. So, um, but I always like stopping at local farms or local growers and showing support for them, for them by getting stuff from local people, um, and then kind of supporting small business. And it's always nice to get something different. But in the past year or something, I noticed that one of these places I went to that I don't mind going, one of the times I stopped there, I looked at one of their plants and I was like, I was going to get this one, but I looked at it, looked at the underside of it. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to bring that home. And what I found was when I flipped up the leaves on it, a whole mess of big aphids on them. I was like, that was a big nope. I was like, I'm not going to bring that to the house.
That's like BD was just saying about there were 150 plants or 200 plants that were just covered in aphids.
Yeah, 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 man. That's just like when I seen that at the place. I was like, it was just a strain I was liking to get, but then it was just like, nah, I'm not going to have that hassle with that. Even though I was going to grow it outside, I just didn't want to put my other plants at risk by bringing a plant over that had that many kind of aphids on the plant itself. I mean, and I
Right?
mean,
Yeah.
I just didn't want to risk that.
Not worth it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I could have taken care of it, but I just no, that would have been a big undertaking in itself just to get rid of all those aphids on that small plant. These weren't small aphids either; they're pretty big. Yeah, I'll be right back. We'll give me another coffee.
What's up, Happy Pepper? When's everybody else starting their plants, or have you guys already started? It's killing me not to start all those seeds, but man, I don't want them to.
Yeah, you don't want to have like a little farm or you started in your house before you even try to get them out.
It'll kick me and the plants out.
Yeah, And plus, when you get plants of a certain size, when you go try taking them outside, it gets to be a bit of a hassle because you gotta you gotta do all the time of getting them adjusted to be outside and taking them back and forth a lot. Takes a bit of an effort, but especially yeah, I'm just basically saying when they get you like plants that are 3, 4 feet tall, and you got to take about 100 of them outside. That's going to be a little bit of an undertaking.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I don't. I think mine might have been like a foot tall last year when I took them outside. No, probably not even that. Probably about 7 inches.
Yeah,
Started getting sun damage. Leaves started turning yellow. Then I threw them in the ground and said, you know what? They were going to die anyways. Let's see what happens. And they took off.
yeah. Once they get to a certain size, they can get pretty durable. Um, but if they're really small, then that's when they can take the most damage. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I've tried some people I've noticed said that they would take like entire flats of their peppers and just throw them straight outside in the sun and just say, yeah, whatever. And then they say theirs will just adjust just fine right off bat. And for me, that doesn't work too well because the way the sun has affected some out here, I'll go ahead and do that. Next thing I know, an entire flat of peppers would be dead.
Right. Yeah, I took them out. They started turning yellow. And I put them in the shade and left them. Well, I put them on my kid's swing set, tacked up some sheets and everything. They started doing fine. The other ones I took out and put them straight in the ground, and they were doing fine. I don't know if they were in just too small of pots in the sun or what.
I don't know. It could be anything. There could be a number of reasons behind that. But, yeah, that's the only thing is first getting
When
doing
I'm
that
hardening them up.
transition. What's up?
What's that?
I didn't hear what you said, man. Sorry.
Uh, I was just saying I'm gonna take them out and stick them under the trampoline to get them hardened off.
Actually, that's actually not a bad idea because the trampoline can work as a kind of like a shade cloth kind of effect, kind of like a screen.
Right.
That wouldn't be bad. But um, I don't know. Here, it wouldn't be too bad for me to do that. It's just, I mean, do a certain aspect of getting them adjusted. It's just, uh, it's just sometimes it can get a bit windy over here. So again, when I bring like flats of them outside, I got to be sure that they're going to be not blown over, or the wind takes, blows them halfway across the yard, and then I have to restart. But so,
Sir,
what was that?
you growing pots?
I grow some in containers, but majority of my plants, I grow in ground. This year, I've actually a majority. I had a few in planters, and then majority of them all in ground. Um, yeah. How do you grow? Do you grow all in the ground or in containers?
Well, I had one that I had in a container. Bring
Well, I didn't hear
I
what
just don't
Casey
think
said.
I had one in a container because I wanted to bring it in for the winter, and then the rest were in ground. I just don't think I had very much good spacing in between them because they didn't get to be like 5 foot tall.
Okay. Um, I noticed with my plants, I noticed the size of the container can directly affect them. Um, at least in my experiences anyway. Um, but the containers I tend to get are the larger ones that you probably see at some stores for like $10, but they're the really big ones. You know, that's really big, cross and deep. Um, but I've had some pretty good size reapers and scorpions and other plants out of those. But what I've been doing past the season or so with those bigger ones is I'll just put a few plants in one container, just to toy around with it. But um, I noticed that after they get so big and start getting so much roots on them, once they start getting root bound a bit, then the plants start getting a little iffy.
All right, I'm gonna have to get off here.
All right, all
Breakfast.
right, man. All right, well, hope you have enjoy the rest of your morning and have a good day.
You too. See you later.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right, everybody. All right, guys. All right, you guys. What I'm doing this morning is having me some coffee. It was morning coffee and chat. And all right, man. Check you around. What I'm doing right now is drinking some Death Wish coffee. Some good stuff. Definitely has a kick to it. And then, yeah, I need to. This is where you can pause it for a second. But, no, it's some strong stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Be sure you have a nice caffeinated day, peoples. Mm. This is some strong, bold stuff right here that I'm drinking. Does have that kick. Yeah. Now, hey Rob, Happy Pepper, do y'all have anything started? Let's see. Yeah, actually, Rob, I do save the coffee grounds. I actually just throw them directly in the garden area. It's actually not bad. I mean, I do that throughout the year. I do it during the winter, during summer, spring, and all that. I just toss it right in there, right directly applied to the soil. Um, so that's the plus side. The coffee grounds do come in handy in multiple ways. Anyway, y'all should be are familiar with that, I'm assuming. Uh, yeah, well, in regards to seed starter myself, I'm just kind of toying around with some right now. Got a few in my air garden, and then experimenting with seed germination via kind of modified cracky stuff. Hey, Rick,
What's going on, man?
how's it going?
Pretty good, I guess. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm drinking some strong coffee.
I'm drinking some wheat coffee.
Yeah,
Are you still alive?
yeah.
I had a feeling you were. I couldn't tell. I came to it and watched for a little bit and got a phone call. I had to go away.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were busy or whatnot. So, um, but it's all right.
I'm cool now.
How's the day going?
Pretty good. Need to go find it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, you were talking about growing them scorpions. What? Not scorpions. What was it? Um,
Oh, just a little bit ago we were talking about
you were talking about
growing
growing scorpions. What? Not
reapers.
scorpions. What was it? Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. We were talking about reapers, and then a little bit ago we were talking about scorpions and stuff, and then I was mentioning about how sometimes I go to local farmers that are growing plants for sale and stuff. I also mentioned how I like to go to them, buy stuff from them, and support small business.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. My neighbors that own a farm. I generally start all my seedlings there with theirs, except the stuff I plant in the ground.
Nice.
Their greenhouse.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, I figure it's nice to support local farmers around the area. I try going there every season to buy a couple things here and there,
Hmm.
and so it's always nice. But yeah, um, have you decided to lay out your plot for the year, or
I ordered the seeds in a live the other day. I've got them. I'm going to open those and lay it out somehow. Do a diagram, lay it all out.
okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. I remember you saying so in your stream the other day about getting from that catalog.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I ordered some
Yeah.
from Baker's Creek, some from Seed Exchange, some from what's the name of the other place? I might even order some from Burpee. I can't remember.
Yeah. Those three places you just mentioned can have some pretty decent stuff. Um, one
Johnny's
place.
too.
What's that?
Johnny's. I think I ordered some from Johnny's.
Oh yeah, yeah. Johnny's. Yeah, he has some decent stuff as well. Um, have you tried Totally Tomatoes?
No, but I'll check it out.
They have some pretty decent variety of things. A lot of variety of tomatoes and a few other varieties of plants as well.
Yeah,
Um,
I was gonna go and try and get it all at the same place and be done with it, but like the German Johnson heirlooms and the big beef, I could only find them basically at Johnny's, I think.
uh,
And then the other
yeah,
stuff, I only could find part of it at some. It's like each one had different stuff.
yeah, yeah. I can relate to that. You go to one place, you can look around, you only can find little bits of what you want from this place and that place, and
Hmm.
but if you're getting from a few places, it adds up to get all what you need. So, uh,
Yeah, we like Blue Lake bush beans. Uh, I could order that. I couldn't get them at Johnny's, or I had to order them from Seed Exchange or somewhere.
yeah. Um, Yeah, some places are kind of harder to find certain products that you're looking for, um, but um, yeah, I've gotten stuff from Baker's Creek before. I think I may have gotten some things from a couple of other places you mentioned as well. Um, but I mentioned that Totally Tomato place because they got some really nice varieties of tomatoes and other things available. But how's your dog doing?
He's doing good now. His cone's off for the last couple of weeks. He's not biting at that place anymore, so I think he's made it.
Uh, I bet he was happy getting that cone off.
Yes, he was. Although he only does lays around like you see him. So when I take the cone off, nothing really changes.
Okay. He's still chilling in the sun and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what he's doing out there now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, uh, man. But yeah, Rick, this is the coffee I'm drinking.
I've looked that up and talked about it a few times, but I've never had it. How strong is it?
It's pretty strong. It's definitely got a kick to it. And I mean, they say they got it as let's see if I can read this right. They got it as USDA organic marked, so and yeah, it's under the Fair Trade Act and everything. So it's got dark roast and bold flavor, and with the way the process they do it, they got it to where it's like some really highly caffeinated coffee.
Yeah. I was just wondering if it's really as strong as they say that you wouldn't need, but like a half a cup, and it would jack you up.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've kind of went probably a little more than I should have drank so far this morning because I can feel feeling it's working its way through my system.
Yeah, when the
So
back of your head starts tingling, you've had too much coffee. It feels like your hair standing up on the back of your head.
yeah, yeah. I can feel my eyes kind of bright widening up a bit.
Yeah,
But yeah. Uh, so how's the weather down there?
pretty warm right now. Um,
Okay.
I noticed in a stream the other night, I was talking to Brian J. You know who he is, 3428 or whatever that number is.
Okay.
He's in California. It was like 50 degrees here and it was 28 degrees there.
Oh, no.
He said it was ice.
Yeah, they're probably freaking out over that over there.
Yeah.
But,
So
but
in
yeah,
North Carolina, 50 degrees, it feels pretty good. I mean, it's not too bad. It's still cold in the middle
yeah,
of the night, but during the day, it's okay.
yeah, it's not too bad. 50 degrees. I mean, go to some areas, people will be freaking out about 50 degrees.
Hmm.
But yeah, last night it snowed a bit over here, but then now the sun's shining. Looks like it's melting some of that snow away. So
That's good. There's another front coming through up from the Gulf Coast coming through. It's going to drop snow off somewhere. Uh,
yeah,
when that
I
happens,
wouldn't I wouldn't doubt that New York will give a lot of that, but because New York tends to get a lot of that cold stuff.
yeah, they do.
But yeah, for the most part, it's been fairly mild for winter around these parts.
So far here, but it's early. It's early.
Yeah, yeah. Still, we still got a couple months till the when the season normally shifts. So if it's like if it's anything like it was a couple seasons ago or a couple years ago, there's still always that possibility of a storm hitting before the first week or so of May. So
Hmm.
I mean that's what happened like within the past couple years. It was like it was looking good, like it was going to just be steady. Then within by the first week of May, boom, it just a frost hit. It was like, oh, because
Yeah.
I was that close to get my plants outside, but then I was lucky I didn't. So I
So
had a feeling.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, man. What are you saying?
I was just going to ask you if are you using a laptop to start the stream from and then switch to a phone to present from like that? That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I do that a
the
lot.
little the little laptop thing I got. This one is pretty old, so I mean, I would use the camera on that, but the camera quality on that is pretty shoddy. I mean, it'll look like I'd put like a plastic film over the camera and look pretty grainy. So
Yeah. And that's the
uh,
same way with me on the iPhones. This
yeah,
this was a fantastic iPhone, the 6S.
okay,
And then now that I've got the 10X Max, oh man, this one I didn't even know how low grade the camera and stuff was till I saw the difference. And this one still, I thought still takes pretty good pictures, but compared to the new cameras, oh my god, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
big,
definitely comparatively from a few years ago, from phones right now to just a few years ago, there's a bit of a jump.
sure is huge.
Yeah. Um. I noticed that with comparatively with the way my more recent phone that I got that I'm using now, it's definitely a bit more fluid and a bit speedier, and the camera quality is a bit better and more crisp.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about upgrading to another phone this year, but geez, the phones are getting so ridiculous in price.
I know it. I upgraded my laptop and phone this year, but I had put it off for years. Put it off.
Uh, oh,
I had
okay.
I got lucky on my desktop. It's a gaming computer that I bought for my daughter. She moved to Alaska and she didn't want to have to ship it, so I got a really good deal in that one.
Okay. Yeah, the gaming computers can be pretty fluid in with the way they are.
Especially
Like,
streaming. It's got good
oh
graphics,
yeah,
memory, graphics. Get the whole
yeah.
package.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Those can be more fluid. Um, but I mean, like the last phone I had, my bad. Actually, that one came out like I don't know, like 4 or so years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like 5. And I stuck on that one for a number of years until late last year, until I upgraded to the one I got now. So,
That's exactly
and
what I did.
I mean, I was pushing it off for quite a while, and it got to a point where I'd used the phone so much that when I was in a phone call, I had to put it on speaker in order for them to hear me for some odd reason.
Mine did sort of like that. It was something weird going on like that. And if I was talking to someone and I wanted to plug my earbuds in so I could hear them, I could, if I plugged them in too hard or something, it would cut the call off, phone and everything. Just plugging the earbuds. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now that I've got the new one, I kept the old one, doing like you're doing right there. If I want to set up another camera to show something else, it works great for that. It
yeah.
works great for that. I still use it, but I just use it on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with my older device as well. And there's things I can still use the phone for,
Mm.
but I'll keep it around as like just in case something happens. Even though I'm pretty sure that it might not. But I mean, it's always good to have a backup, just as in case kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I still even got a phone from that I had, or a few phones that I had from close to 10 years ago. But I mean, I know I won't really need to use those, but I mean, there's still kind of a little nostalgic effect to them, I guess. But
Yeah.
uh,
You ever get copyright pops from when you do streams on stuff? You ever get that? Don't worry, you're not in trouble, but and so is using your
what do you mean?
where like something accidentally playing in the background or anything where you get one of those emails from YouTube ever saying have you ever had a copyright problem is what I'm saying.
Not. I haven't been contacted by YouTube personally. No. I mean, YouTube hasn't been the most consistent on actually communicating with users directly. But
No, that must be just music where they do that in. That's what I generally get it from music.
yeah, I think a lot of times it could probably deal with depending on the program or the the owner or provider probably. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's just I think I don't know. I think that really depends. A lot of times I know it's music. Music is a big thing, like you said.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, because like oh yeah, that was like a number of years ago. A few years back, I was at a Christmas light show, and they were they were playing. You know how some of those Christmas light shows they will play music and then the lights will go along with the music.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was playing like that on one of the videos, and I don't think they I think YouTube may have considered something about that, but as far as I can tell, I hadn't got any notification or anything from YouTube. And besides, it wasn't even like I was trying to monetize the video or anything, so and I wasn't claiming like ownership of any of the music or anything like that. It was just something a place that a lot of people that I've seen upload their videos they've taken of the place onto their YouTube channel, and as far as I know, they haven't gotten in trouble for or heard any word of anything against them. So I don't know if it was just something they had going on with their algorithm or what, but
When I do those radio shows, I don't get in trouble, even though I do it on my other channel. I don't want to jeopardize this channel, but when I do them, I'll get one that says if it's a particular song that's copyrighted all around the world and set up, they'll block it worldwide. My video won't even be shown. I
uh,
can cut that song out. They'll tell you what songs it is.
okay.
But
Yeah, in regards to anything, YouTube hasn't contacted me personally, addressing any kind of discrepancy or anything. So, I mean, it's just if there's a problem or anything, I mean, I would hope they'd contact me rather than just doing something and then just me finding out sometime down the road. But but I don't know, with the way things are going with a lot of things, I can't really put it past anything.
oh yeah,
So um,
I'll be
but
going to take a nap, Brando. It's lunchtime my time. I just ate a minute ago.
oh,
I woke up about 4:30 this morning. I've been up early.
okay, yeah. This morning, I was actually somebody had called me to go on a live stream at like 1:30 in the morning. I was like, oh. I woke up. I was like, I messaged him like, what the f, man? I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't actually start cursing. I was like, hey, man, come on. I was just dozed off and everything.
yeah, exactly. Uh,
Man,
you was on last night too, right?
yeah,
I
and
thought you.
this was after my live stream last night. About a couple hours after I was getting ready to doze off,
I
or
watched
pretty
right
much,
much of that. I watched right much of it, but I was laying here half asleep. I went to sleep.
yeah,
Watched,
yeah, but yeah, I appreciate you tuning in when you can.
I
Always
appreciate it.
got,
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
but yeah, I do like try to catch your streams when I can. But I mean, there are times when I'm at work at the time when you are live. But
Yeah.
I mean that's a side effect about working during the early morning hours and whatnot.
Oh yeah. I understand that. Well, I hope you have a good day, man.
All right, man.
All right. Take it easy, everybody.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too. Have a good day. All right, guys. Oh, ah, hope you all doing well today. You're right. All right, guys. I guess I'll be going ahead and heading out for a while. Maybe go get something to snack on and do a couple things around the house before I gotta, um, you know, do whatever else I need to do. And so, I want to thank everybody for taking part in the chat, and you know, hope you enjoyed the conversation we just had in coffee time. And we'll see how that goes, and yeah, we'll see how these coffee times go and everything. Yeah. Yeah, thanks again. And all right, guys. I know I'm kind of procrastinating this and putting it off a little bit, but I'll check y'all later. And all right, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks for all who's taking part in this chat and everything. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep it spicy. Till next time, see you around. Have a joyous day, and yeah, and happy New Year. Peace out.